Okay, welcome to Gaming Koalas, and here is a new game called Mount and Blade Warband, Napoleonic Wars, which is a DLC for Mount and Blade Warband. Alright, so this game is like based around Napoleon's time, with the French and the British and the Russians and Austria, I think. Don't quote me on it. So yeah, I'm just punching random things because the combat in this is actually pretty cool. It's like directional, so if I swing my mouse to the right, I punch right. If I swing my mouse to the left, I punch left. Same for upper and a jab. There's also muskets, which is a really cool part of this game, because it forces you to rely on teamwork, because you can't run around and just expect to get like sniper shots with a musket. You have to work with your teammates to provide like massive volleys of fire just to be able to hit anything. So it's a really team-orientated game. Yeah. There's also things called regiments that people do, and they actual players that get to get like clans basically, but they're called regiments. Bayonets. Oh, I just pwned that guy. Oh, he didn't fall down. I didn't notice. Yeah, right now it seems like bayonets are a little bit overpowered, but or at least unbalanced, because the upper attack for the bayonet is a lot faster, and it's a one-hit KO most of the times, unlike the lower jab. So you'll see a lot of people using the upper jab more, so they fix it.
Now that you've mastered the basics of infantry combat, we'll move on to cavalry. You've been given some rather splendidly polished equipment and a magnificent horse. To mount said horse, so you've mounted up. Excellent. To move while mounted, you will need to maintain the use of the W. Marvelous. Now,
Yeah, this is how you aim. Like, the area within those 3 points is wherever your bullet can land, and you could actually be shot outside of that area as well. It's just a general, like, where it's gonna land indicator. And oh, look at that fail. Miss. Oh no, I actually hit it. Miss. 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 Oh no, I got it as well. Okay. Oh. Yeah. This is like when you're playing cavalry, you'll have a much bigger area to work with and like to run around, so it won't look as bad as I'm portraying it right now. Yeah, the hitboxes for the dummies are a bit weird too. The way the arms stick out, so you can't really ride past them. But it's a lot easier with normal soldiers because you can just like ride right past them and just mow them down, as long as they're not pointing their bayonets at you, of course. Yeah. Oh, look at that pro horse riding skill. Come here, you little bugger. Stab. Slash. Stab. Oh, here comes for the pwn. Oh, hit. Yeah, you get a lot more damage when you're charging rather than hitting still, so you always want to be on the move when playing cavalry. Oh, now here's my favorite part of Mount and Blade. It's what I usually play as. Artillery. So that's a really cool part of the game, because buildings in this game are actually destructible. If a cannonball hits the wall, it'll create a hole, obviously, and or if like a musket, or if you shoot like muskets at a wall, it'll create little holes, and eventually it'll create bigger holes, and you can actually take down buildings. And using that same destruction principle, people have built boats out of like stuff, and those are like navy battle maps, and you can like sink each other's ships. It's pretty cool.
Before you can fire, you will want to push the cannon forward. To do so, look at it and hold down.
Oh, I'm not sure what round I grabbed. Which round?
Now you control the cannon, sir. Again,
Yeah, it's kind of impossible to aim the cannon first person.
pressing the
So
left mouse button will fire the cannon.
okay, that was a canister shot, which is like grape shot. If you know, if that's another term that comes by grape shot. But in this game it's called canister. And what's that basically is a bunch of like musket balls and shot, and it's basically used for close quarters to kill infantry and horses.
Dismissed for tea and crumpets.
And what I'm reloading in right now is just a normal cannonball, your average cannonball, to shoot from farther distances, which the canister cannot do. And there's a third round called the explosive shot, which is exactly what it sounds, explosive, but it's only for a special type of cannon. I think it's called the howitzer, but I'm not sure. It's just basically a shorter cannon. And there's also motors, which is not shown here. And motors just shoot a lot farther. And here I am. Custom battle. The AI isn't the best in the custom battle, but it doesn't really matter because this game is made for multiplayer, so it's workable. Yeah, there's like I think over 200 like units, but they all fall in like categories. They're just different names for the different empires and factions, I guess you would call them, kingdoms. Let's make it rainy. I want to play on hills. Alrighty. So here I am, and you can control your. This is like a really cool part. You can hold F1 and tell them where to like stand and whatnot, and tell them to, be put in a line. And in custom battle, you play as the commander of your regiment, or multiple regiments. I only chose one for today, but you can command up to like I don't know. You can command up to quite a healthy amount of regiments / units. Get a spy glass where you can like spy and look at the other enemies. Yeah, this is a very like slow-paced game, like where you position your troops. It's very tactical. I guess you can call it like a total war game, except first person. It's very, very, very tactical. Tell them where to move, how to like formation orders, which is like whether you want them to stand in like rows of 3 or like 4 or 5, or get them to spread out thin, or bunch up together, or in case the cavalry charges. You can command them to shoot on your command, or just tell them to fire at will. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Tell them to go forward. I think this is where they start shooting. Or I tell them to start shooting. No, it's not. I think I'm making a move. Yeah. There you go. Like later on in this video, you'll see the cavalry charge my troops actually, and I tell them to condense into like a really tight formation, so like the horses will like impale themselves on my bayonets. And that's logically what happens when a horse charges like a thick wall of like pointy objects. But unfortunately, even if like the formation is like very loose, and they're like the infantry is caught by surprise by horses, for some reason the infantry is like as heavy as just really heavy, and like the horses, they get stopped cold even if like the infantry is caught by surprise. So hopefully they balance it out, and like that if the cavalry is like had the advantage of catching the infantry by surprise and out of formation, they should be able to like just knock over the infantry. But as of right now, the cavalry just gets stopped, and then they get bayoneted to death, which is a bit weird, but I think they'll balance it out. as this is rather still kind of new, not that new, but you know. Positioning my troops. I think I tell them to fire. Yep. No. Okay. I tell them to get into rows of 5, just in case they decide to charge my guys. Oh, I didn't hit anybody. Ah, yes, that's right. You can tell your instead of having them all fire at once, you can have like either like the left side, the center of the unit, or like the right side firing at like each separate time, so you don't like use your entire I guess firing ability all at once. That like if you only fire like one side and then the cavalry charges, you still have 2 more sides, I guess, to fire as they charge. And so here I set them to fire at will, so I don't have to like control them and pay attention to see if they're reloaded, since we're in a pretty good position. Although I probably should have stayed on that hill, considering that the cavalry could charge downhill right to me. Oh, and I think I got a guy. Oh no, I just got his horse, so he's still fine. Oh, and this is when they start returning fire, and they start charging. And I let him shoot one more time, and I'm deciding if I can just, you know, reload fast enough and get one more volley off and then use my bayonets. But then I decided no, I don't have enough time, and I was right. So that's what one part I like about this game, is that it really forces you to like make split-second decisions like that. And this is what I mean. The cavalry should have knocked out. Oh, and I died. Oh well. Yeah, the cavalry should have just like went through the infantry, but it didn't. But then again, I had into like the really thick condensed line. So yeah, it makes sense. Never mind what I said. That was stupid. Never mind that. Alright, here you can see all the infantries, the types of infantry: light, heavy cavalry. And there's also medium, but this faction doesn't have medium cavalry. And line infantry has like muskets and whatnot. And there's also rifles if you don't want to use muskets. And there's also musketoons, shotguns. There's a whole bunch you can explore. Oh, and yeah, you can play as instruments. And people who play instruments provide bonuses to their teammates around them. And I'm just playing music to this guy who died. You know, honoring the dead. Yeah. Let's have a moment of silence. Oh, I think I spot the guy who killed that guy. So I'm like, revenge. Oh, and I take his horse down, and then I stab him. Oh, he catches me on the side. I blocked to the wrong side. Yeah, so the combat is really involving. And oh, I just gutted that guy. He didn't expect me to jab there, but I did. And I get shot because I was just standing there. Now here's the multiplayer. That before I was playing multiplayer, but those were bots. Alright, so you can choose your name, you can custom. There's a pretty wide, pretty good options to customize your faces, which is really nice. It's a nice feature. You can change your, age, your hair color, beards. No, I think I'm gonna go for an Abraham Lincoln style beard. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just a whole bunch of flags to use from, or you can just use the nation you're playing as. And oh, what's that? I think I've spotted a flying squirrel. I think I'll choose that one. Yes. And yeah, you can set up your own server in this how you can choose your server name, password, welcome message to map, game type, pretty average stuff. And there's a whole bunch more options if you scroll down. It's very customizable. It's just customized the way you want. Yeah, all the game types. Commander battle is like the custom battle except multiplayer. Players control their regiments of AI. That's really it. And that's probably my favorite one. Duel is you just challenge players to duel, and this is where you can really sharpen up your melee skills. You just challenge people to one-on-one duels. Siege is pretty self-explanatory, but it's really hard for the attackers to win. But it's kind of still fun. Conquest is where you capture flags. The more flags you capture, the faster your opponent loses points. Capture the flag, self-explanatory. Battle, it's like team deathmatch, but you only have one life, so that makes it that much more tense. Team deathmatch is basically self-explanatory. Deathmatch, free-for-all. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of kingdoms. Ostrich. Oh, so it wasn't Austria, it was Ostrich. Probably wrong pronunciation, but whatever. I have up to 300 bots. I don't know why you would want that many. I don't think the maps are designed for that much. Servers go up to a maximum of 200 slots. So, and here's some multiplayer action. I chose the Jaegers, I think, and which are basically infantry with rifles. So they're usually used to snipe like enemy officers and whatnot, so that it leaves the AI, you know, without a commander. The Jaegers, although with their rifles, they don't have bayonets, so their military, they're not military, but melee abilities is rather limited. And I joined a server where I had pretty high ping, so sorry for the lag. Oh, only 40. Okay, that was weird. I thought I had like 300, but I guess not. Oh well. I forgot to tell them to hold fire, so I'm just like, whatever, just let them keep firing. And this is like a very foggy map, so I can't really see the enemies much. Oh, and a cannon just exploded right in front of me. And believe it or not, this is a server that doesn't have a lot of people playing, so it's not that active. But when there's like a whole bunch of people playing, it gets way epic. I'm not even kidding. It's quite the game. Oh, see, there's my ping going up, 607 there for a second. Oh, jeez. 640. Oh, that's horrible. There we go. I decided to like help out my troops by shooting my pistol, but I'm not gonna get anybody from. I'm just gonna, I don't know, just add to the firing effect. And yeah, you cannot reload muskets while moving around, but pistols you can. And there's a time period where when you like, after a while, you can start moving even though you're reloading. There's like you'll see in the animation you can learn. And there's this guy. He's shooting way high, but I don't think the bullet drop is that serious. Oh. Oh, somebody's shooting at my troops. One of them just died. I think I pick up his rifle. Yes, I do. And I grab his shells. And now I can start helping my troops in a much more helpful way. And it looks like in the distance, one of my teammates is leading a cavalry charge against enemy lines, which is not the best idea, considering that we're firing right behind him. Oh, one of my guys just got a kill. Let's just see this. Probably don't want to. Am I going to shoot? No, I don't. Alright, checking it out. Cavalry charge. See, actually, it seems to be pretty successful. It disrupted their lines. Yeah. Well, it looks like they might want to pull back now. They lost the advantage of surprise. They're starting to form again, but yeah. So that's Mount and Blade Napoleonic Warfare. Excuse my pronunciation. Haha. So this was Gaming Koala's review / little gameplay of Mount and Blade Napoleonic. Blah, can't pronounce that. Warfare, I think. Yeah, war. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, rate, comment, etc. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.